Welcome, everyone, back to Journey to Ragnarok. Last we left, the party found themselves in quite the struggle against the villain known as the Rune Thief. Luckily, the blessing of Thor splashed down onto one of the party members, Sturmir, and he was able to slay the villain trying to become a god. But in slaying the villain, it also spoke his death. Some time has passed since the fall of the Rune Thief. About a day. Come the time, the king, King Asbjorn, has called everyone to his great hall, where now, standing in front of him, is Astrid and some of her siblings. As I move you all to that map for you all you lovelies to see. Once it loads in. Oh, I would love it if my music would play. Yes it is. There we go. This is cozy, cozy music. Asbjorn, sitting on his throne, surrounded by guards, speaking to his children. My daughters, my sons, you have done Helhofen a great service by defeating this Rune Thief and saving all of us. Orm, Osk, Astrid, and Harold, all of you, please step forward.
Like, do we mean towards Dad, or
your
we're
siblings
towards the
do
people?
begin
Okay.
walking closer.
Just checking.
As you begin getting closer, you can see that, still quite injured, he struggles to stand a little bit to look at you all, with the queen kind of helping him up. And the king says, to honor you, my children, who joined us in this fight, I give to you all a plot of land within my territories, to call your own, to cultivate your own, and to rule your own. And you hear some voices in the back like, whoa, very, awe. And your siblings, Astrid, one by one, they kind of go up to your father, grab him by the hand, thank him. And he keeps going with, now, some of you may be disappointed with this, but some of you will have to, he kind of chuckles, suck it up, as he, kind of limping, starts walking over to a table at the edge of his little room. He grabs a very visible sword in sheath from it and walks back over. And he says, as most of you may know, this sword was my ancestors. This is the very sword that he used to slay the trollkin that once called Helhofen home. This blade of kings for taking part in this great battle and being a major reason we all stand here. I bestow this blade to my daughter Astrid. And he holds it out to you.
Is it like a really big sword?
It is a short sword.
Okay, thank goodness. I will step forward and go down on one knee and hold my hands out for the sword. Ooh.
Gudrun's gonna like whisper to whoever's closest to her. Can she have a sword of kings if she's not a king? Can they do that?
King is a title, not a gender. So I take the sword
not
and
a gender.
And I go, Father, you honor me, you honor all of us, but it certainly was not I alone who did this thing.
That is correct, and that is why... And he kind of, in a loving manner and understanding manner, he calls off your other siblings who go back, take seats. And he says, and that is why I call the rest of the saviors of Hellhofen forward.
As they're coming forward, Astrid is going to swing to his side and deliberately block her stepmother.
Gudrun is gonna like realize that everyone else is getting up and then like really awkwardly hobble with after everyone's already. Oh, I can't. Oh, I know why I can't move. Please hold. Yeah, thanks.
I can move you myself by powers of God.
Sure do love God.
As you get up there, the king says, most of the city, the capital, was destroyed in the fight. And as my daughter says, you all were a great part of it. It is unfortunate that one of you is not here today. But he saved all of us just as you did. Which is why I hope you all understand that, unlike my children, I do not have land to offer you, but I can offer possibly the next best thing. And he calls for one of his guards, and one of the guards walks by, and dropping at his feet is a very large chest full of gold. And he says,
Gold can be used to buy goods, services, and land.
rewarding the heroes of Hellhofen. I hope you find this sum worthy of our saving. 1,000 gold. And he reaches into his pocket before you get a chance to say anything, and he holds out something in his hand. He says, "When my guards recovered your friend, they found this. I'm sure he would not want it to be left unattended." And he holds out a pendant of a very familiar, very mythical hammer.
I think Tobias would reach out and take it. Oh wait, I already have a next slot, I think.
I don't think slots
Oh,
are a thinger in 5e, so you're fine.
Oh, is it? Oh,
They
okay.
are actually, but well, actually,
Well, I mean, up to the mighty Python. So
Just start layering necklaces like a scarf.
I have always ignored
I'm the
that,
necklace king.
mostly because I have characters that definitely have 2 magical belts.
And let's face it, you only have 3 slots anyway.
I mean,
so.
come on. Multiple magical belts are just like a classic RPG thing, though. Like,
It really is.
Yeah, I feel like if you're as you said, like if you're only allowed 3 things to attune and you just want to wear 3 belts, go for it. Like
Yes, I'm
It's a fashion
allowing,
thing.
I am allowing it. Gwen, you were gonna
I'll
say
just
something?
wrap the other belt around my head like a,
it's gonna be a lot of clinking clanking of a bunch of charms on a necklace as they're walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen would look up at the king and say, "We are honored to have fought by the side of the warriors of this great kingdom, along with your daughter and your sons, and we thank you kindly for the honor that you have bestowed upon us with this gold for doing such things. We graciously accept this and truly hope to continue a positive relationship between both our clan," and she will gesture towards Tobias, "and yours."
Well, you are all welcome in my hall. Anytime that you wish. And he takes a seat, looks at everyone, and says, "Now, this feast is being thrown in thanks. So go enjoy it, heroes. You've earned it." And he gestures to another one of his guards and shouts, "Now, where's my horn? I'm thirsty."
Astrid will cut the guard off and go get that for her father herself before she joins her friends.
And you do so, and as you bring it to your father, he says, "My daughter, you should not be doing this. There's a reason we have guards. This celebration is for you. Enjoy it. You don't have to attend to your old father so much."
Father, it is my honor and my pleasure. And I am celebrating the fact that you are still here among us. And that I'm not having to pour out an offering for Valhalla.
Well, I guess the old grumps that are waiting for me in those holes just have to wait a little bit longer.
Exactly. And she kisses him on the forehead.
And you're able to get back to your festivities. And I will just ask one by one. You all can say what you'd like to do here. If there's no one you'd like to interact with or talk to, the feast, it is an all-day feast. You are here all day, you are drinking, you are eating. It is an all-day festivity. So, we'll start with Tobias. Is there anything you would like to do during the feast?
Yeah. Do we know where Sturmir's body is being kept, or if his final rites have already been said?
He incinerated, didn't he?
Oh, they
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
they recovered.
It was, his body was ash.
Yeah, just
Oh,
absolute
okay.
ash.
All right.
but did we collect the ashes into an urn?
Right.
I would assume we would have done something of the kind.
And if
Alright.
you all didn't, one of the king's guards definitely would have packed something up and sent it to. And honestly, it likely would have been sent to Astrid. You probably have the urn,
Yeah.
wrapped up, bow tied in your room.
Bow tied. So yeah, I think you would know that Astrid got custody of it
All
at
right.
some point.
And
I guess,
and that reason would only just be because Astrid lives in the city. They don't know where everyone else lives.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense. I guess Tobias would approach Astrid and say, "Do you still have Stromir's ashes?"
Yes. Yes, of course. I figured that you would probably want to lead us in something.
Right, yeah. I was wondering if you'd prefer to do that to conclude the day's festivities, or to address that first.
Well, I think at some point I'm going to, I've been working on the story, so I think I'm going to do that at some point, but that's going to be kind of about everybody, so I think it would probably be better, more meaningful for our friend if you did it, and just for him.
I see. Do you still wish to hold the urn, or shall I perform the rites?
Oh, I can certainly go get it.
Alright, I think Tobias would wait for her to get back. I think for his piety points, I think I'll go for paying respects to Hel, Hel, since she has things for performing a boat burial, but I'm gonna try to do something that's kind of the next best thing for somebody who's completely vaporized.
Well, you certainly can, Astrid. You are able to go up and get the urn, the ashes, and bring them to Tobias.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so we got 333 gold. I think I would say that last gold that's not evenly split exactly, I would have put into the jar as like I know it's not the river Styx exactly, but it's just like a
Different
token
mythology.
of respect. Yeah, it's a different mythology, but like,
That's the next campaign.
oh, well, but I think I would put a gold in there, not specifically like paying tribute to any god of money, but it kind of just feels right.
Okay.
It's only right that he should get some of the gold,
Right. I kind of feel like since our party isn't exactly whole, why should we have the whole of the reward?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do you say anything, or is it just like a silent?
Oh, I'm actually gonna. It's not exactly silent, but I would infuse my bow with lightning using Crimson Rite, and I would put the urn on like a tiny little makeshift catapult, and say, Mighty Thor, I'm happy to see that you've chosen your champion, and I'm happy to see that he is with you. May this last display of lightning appease you, and know that we are here for you as well. And for the mighty goddess Hel, this warrior requires safe passage, and I hope that our token of respect and the closest thing to giving this man his final rites suffices. And Tobias is gonna stomp onto the makeshift catapult and launch it into the air over the bay, and he would fire it with his lightning-imbued arrow and shatter it across the sea.
Okay, so this is outside of the feast. You've gone to the. Does everyone go to this? Do all the PCs in this party go to this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
I mean, and he's got family there, right?
Sturmir
family.
is the last of his family.
Oh, okay.
Because as you recall, the Rune Thief did say, "I killed your papa, boy."
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
Can the four of you please give me perception checks?
That's a very bad time for that to come up.
No, you're concentrating on your aim.
You're concentrating on your
I
aim.
accept that.
Astrid,
You're not
even
looking
within-
around.
We'll start with Astrid. Astrid, you hear, despite it being a semi-clear day from the rolling storms that have been taking the city the past couple of days, you hear the cracking of lightning and thunder. Gudrun and Gwyn, you hear the same, but it doesn't sound like it should. Rather, the cracking sound as it strikes Midgard sounds like a loud belly laugh.
Is like a friendly belly laugh or like a evil belly
Like
laugh?
like
a
party,
positive one?
Like a party.
Like Santa?
It
We're
is
talking like Santa belly laugh?
It is like a loud party belly laugh.
So it's a
Okay.
blessing laugh. That's awesome.
Cool.
It is not a Wario laughing, Tobias. And you are all able to get back to the feast, should you wish. Well, I imagine you wish. It is an all-day feast being thrown in your honor.
Before we go, while we're all still out there, Astrid always has like a lot of jewelry on, a lot of rings and bracelets and stuff. So she's a little bit. I mean, she's glad that her father gave everybody so much gold. That's awesome, but it did not really feel personal enough. So she actually just like starts taking off all her bracelets and her armbands and her rings, and she comes to everybody in the group and just like basically passes out all her jewelry to honor them. And a lot of it does have like the family symbol and that kind of thing. So
If
she
it's not a
just says-
friendship bracelet, I don't want it.
yeah, okay, you don't get anything. And so she says to all of you, my honored friends, and you, old lady, I want you to know that I love you all, and I have learned so much from all of you. I know for a fact I would not be alive right now if not for all of you. So please take all of this with my love and my respect, and no matter what I say when I perform today, it's never ever going to be enough to really capture what all of you have done.
I like to think that while Astrid is saying this, she is, looking at Gwyn and Tobias and very purposely standing in front of Gudrun.
You all are amazing. Blocks other person.
Yes. And then,
And it's finally
she will
me and
grudgingly
you and you
turn-
and me and your friend Steve.
She will grudgingly turn and give a bracelet to Gudrun, and then look at her and go, you can tell me now that you've lost. You can tell me it's you.
Were we playing a game and I lost? Fuck!
And before we go back in, right after she does that, Astrid takes her hair and sort of, gathers it up in a ponytail and is looking at the green ends, remember?
Mhm.
And she takes out a knife and hands it, like her knife from her side, and hands the knife to Gwen and says, and she's holding her hair like above the green and says, "Cut this off."
Gwen gives you a very blank and hard stare and says, "I'm probably not the one you want to have do this. I am not skilled enough for this.
It
I'm not
doesn't have
skilled
to
enough
be
for this."
skillful.
Gudrun is gonna lean over to Tobias and be like, "I don't think she trusts me with a knife by her head."
Just saw
Yes,
it
and
off.
I think we all feel similarly. And
Just saw it off.
this is just Tobias just kind of whispering to Gudrun, but like walks over to Gwen reassuredly and says, "There's no one else on Midgard that I think should have the honor of helping Astrid restore her honor. Cast guidance, because I have full faith in you." And then walks away.
Yes, he's absolutely right.
She
My
mutters
knife
under
is very
her breath.
sharp. Just hold out a piece at a time and just hack it off, Gwen.
She just
Please.
mutters under her breath. She's like, "That makes one of us, and I will try to cut the green out of Astrid's hair."
Just basically, giving me a trim.
Gwen,
Yeah.
give me a strength check.
Strength? Oh my god! No!
Yeah. Great choice. Yeah,
No.
great choice. Okay.
No!
So,
I have a D4. Hold on.
Oh, god damn it, Loki.
Hey,
So-
13.
it's not that you can't cut. If you put this dagger to your own hair, you would be able to cut it no problem. But as you hold up the green strands of Astrid's hair and begin to cut, you are met with a feeling like that of steel. And the blade does not go through.
That son of a bitch.
Well, if it's any consolation, Astrid, the only person I know in all of Midgard who would be able to pull off green is you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say.
It's also true.
I mean, yes, it's true, but it's not. Alright, we're gonna have to figure this out, but not today.
And with that, you're all able to walk back to the party. Gwyn, what would you like to do, if anything?
Oh yeah, I want to just as discreetly as I can make my way out through the partygoers and casually search the town looking for my brothers.
Give me an investigation.
Sure. Damn it.
You...
Do I get any bonus for it being my brothers? I know to look up if I'm looking for Halvard.
You know. I mean, if it's... I doubt it's better. It's most definitely not better, but you can also roll survival if you wanted to track.
No, my investigation's a ton better, just from a buff alone.
You're looking around. The city is still in disrepair. You know, people are still dragging bodies out of the street. There are no signs of your brothers. You do not... You put your ear out, maybe you can hear the sound of a wolf in the distance. It is a quiet, somber day with no threats.
One of the wolves in the distance is just Gudrun going, "Oh!"
But no sight of familial bonds.
Okay. Then I will actually make my way to the edge of the forest, near the village, not venturing off too far, but I will go to the edge of the forest and I will manifest mind of the Vivage of Mimir, kind of like she had done before, just wanting to talk to it and seeking advice, just kind of finding comfort in the god that she admires so much. So yes, I would manifest mind in the forest so I can like kind of have a conversation with myself without looking that crazy.
And
So yeah.
you're able to have a conversation, and as you're prepping everything, give me a perception, please.
Sure. If I get stabbed by one of my brothers, I'd be so pissed.
You don't see anything at first. But then you hear a voice a bit deeper in the forest saying something to you. A familiar voice. And you hear the voice say, "Do you think you made the correct decision, young Gwyn?" And as you kind of look up, you're looking around, you see deeper in the forest, there's a figure stuck in a tree.
I will make my way to the figure and get down on my knees like I had before and kind of hang my head and say, I made decisions that were the best in the moment. And looking back on it and trusting my instincts, I do not regret my decisions.
Well then, it sounds like you listened rather carefully to my words.
I did, and I trust your direction. While I don't fully understand the required directions and the path that I'm walking, I do trust that I would not be led astray by wise words such as your own. I do seek counsel, though.
I cannot directly meddle in your affairs, young Gwyn, as I have said, but I can offer counsel the best I can. This conversation is good enough for me. I don't get out much.
Sorry, that's Mackenzie laughing. No, go ahead. I understand that you cannot meddle within the affairs of those who are on Midgard. But the Rune Thief made it clear that more was to come. He spoke of many things that have got me concerned for the path in which we are traveling. And while I'm willing to make those steps, whether it be by myself or with my companions, I question my abilities to communicate with all those that we run into. My concern is if we run into somebody that we don't have the ability to communicate with, in basics, cannot reach a point of conclusion, it could end up being lives lost that were not meant to pass yet, whether it be the comrades by my side or those who oppose us.
Words are as strong as those who choose to wield them, young Gwyn, and you have proven yourself quite strong in light of recent events. I would suggest that keeping your words close in thought to those who you speak would be a rather wise decision. And as he says that entire sentence there, Gwyn, your ears kind of twinge a little bit as you notice he's speaking in multiple different languages as he says that, each one you are now able to recognize.
Her eyes just expand. Big, bulging blue eyes. And she blinks a bit in surprise and then hangs her head and says, I understand. And she repeats that in basically every language that is spoken. And then she gives a deep, strong bow and says, I value your counsel, wisest of all. Thank you for everything and for taking the time to visit someone like me in a world that is not of your own. I thank you.
He responds with a very simple request. He says, Young Gwyn, I may not be able to meddle in your affairs, but you can certainly meddle in mine if you would not mind having a drink for me.
She kind of chuckles and gives a nod and say, I will drink the biggest mug of ale I can find at that party in your honor.
You see a smile flash on his face, and then the tree shrinks back down to its normal size, without a man embedded within it.
And with that, she will make her way back to the party, practically throwing open the doors as she walks in, and she will find the biggest thing of container that she can find and go over and fill it with mead and just start chugging it, and probably going from being the shy wallflower to suddenly like the life of the party as she's just downing this drink, glug after glug after glug.
As you are
I'm
drinking,
so proud.
we move to Gudrun. What would you like to do, if anything?
Okay, we're in a town, and I just got money, and I feel like Gudrun would go and look for better armor or weapons with said money.
Give me an investigation.
Oh no, I'm bad at those. I'm not smart.
If you ask somebody, maybe.
I think she was out the door an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, this.
I mean,
Let's be real. Gudrun doesn't plan. She just kind of goes with how things feel. And yeah.
With an 11, you're searching around. Most of the buildings are destroyed. You do find one blacksmith that his shop is literally just it's literally just the forge. You see it is nothing but rubble, and he is sitting there quietly working on some items, but his stock does not seem to be great.
She's just gonna like peek her head and be like, "Hey, Sonny, you got any bonky things?" I saved the world.
I don't have much, but let me look.
Ooh, I don't know if that's good or bad.
He's literally going through rubble.
Yeah.
And at first you think, is he really just bringing me 2x4. But you see him dragging out. It is not much, but I have this, and he presents a great club.
Ooh, that is so bonk. I appreciate it. Gudrun is just gonna take it and start to walk away.
He lets you.
Great! That's it. That's all I'm doing.
And
I spend the entire day wandering around town.
Yep. Last but not least, Astrid.
Well, did Tobias want to do anything else at the party as opposed to just our memorial service for Sturmir? Just checking.
Well, I mean, it's everyone's getting one big thing. Otherwise, it's kind of
Okay.
like everyone's mingling, I would assume.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, like, I guess RP-wise, Tobias would look to Astrid and say, should somebody stop Gwen from finishing the mug of Yggdrasil before she passes out?
So let me get this straight, Tobias. You are asking me this.
You know her drinking limit.
I don't. That's the thing. That's why you should not be asking me this, because I want to know where the limit is. She's never done this before, and it's amazing. And I love it, and I just want to sit here and watch her.
Well, she has to be awake if she's gonna hear what you have to say.
Be awake. And if not, we can do something about it, I'm sure.
Alright. Have it your way, Astrid.
Just, like, go, go kiss her.
What?
You heard me. Go kiss her. If you don't, I will. And I think she'd really rather that you did it, to be honest. I mean, I am pretty great, but... And Astrid takes a big swig of her own huge mug of mead.
I'm gonna assume that I nat 20 that inside and say, alright, Astrid, I'll go to Wynn's side now. Just focus on your duties for now, and I'll make sure we're present.
You are so
for-
red right now. It's really cute. You're so red.
It must be the ale.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
The-
it's definitely the ale.
The twins speak up, and kind of together they both say, this is kind of an embarrassing look for you.
Give me
That
that
is both me
ale.
and Astrid laughing.
Give me. He just like downs a horn. It's like, I'll be back.
It's better if you're not.
Astrid?
Okay, well, so I think before and after that little exchange, Astrid is working the room. Like, she always does this anyway. She's kind of like her father's little secret weapon in terms of like raising morale and making sure everybody's having a good time. And so she's going and just like talking to people, but it's like slightly more, I mean, it's kind of like a politician, but it's sincere in that she's like making sure she says at least a few words to everybody, like thanking them or asking if there's anything that she can do, or, if they've been wounded, she checks in and says, how are you doing? Are you getting enough care? That kind of thing. She's also absolutely kissing anybody who will hold still for 2 seconds. It's a party, y'all. It's a celebration. So, and I mean, it varies. It's like, it might be a forehead kiss, might be, one on each cheek. It might be other things. So, yeah, she's just like working the room, and then she comes and like drapes herself over people for a while. But she is gonna go find Gwen at one point.
Give me just give me a give me a quick persuasion.
Oh, sure. Persuasion. There you go.
You're schmoozing.
I am schmoozing.
You're talking to people. Some people are still kind of down in the dumps. You know, we just lost our homes. You know, but you're able to rouse them and get them back in spirits. You're going around the room. The twins absolutely accept whatever you do to them at this point.
Yes, as well they should.
You do learn that Oleg Greytail plans to take his remaining warriors, which aren't much. You do learn from talking that Kenarl, his other archer, died in the battle. But he plans on going, just not abandoning his clan, but his plan is basically, I'm just going in the woods. Whoever wants to go with me can follow.
Right. Well, Astrid will ask Oleg, do you wish for supplies? Do you wish for anything for the families of those who fell, if they have any?
I think we'll make our own way. We are known hunters. We can make our own supply.
Indeed you are, and I, of course, was not implying that you couldn't take care of yourselves. I just wish to honor what you did here and your sacrifice, and the sacrifice that your people have made.
I think you can honor us by telling your father to make sure the barrels don't run dry.
You know, that's not a problem. And she is actually going to go and bring him a fresh mug, like with her own hands.
He drinks it, he's drinking it. One thing that you absolutely notice, considering past information, there are multiple, just not even like legs of meat, there are just pieces of meat on his table in front of him, half eaten, he's devouring. You think you may see a piece of uncooked meat in there.
You know what? That's fine. It's a party. Everybody, you know, what happens at Halehofen stays at Halehofen.
And then eventually you're able to find Gwyn. Gwyn, give me a constitution.
Okay.
Fail it.
With disadvantage.
Is it a saving throw or just a check?
It is a saving throw.
Okay, wanted to confirm. Okay, with disadvantage, because definitely. Six!
Tobias and Astrid, both of you walk up in your own time. Gwyn is snoring in front of this keg veil.
Oh, nice.
I finished the whole thing because I'd like to think that she didn't like completely pass out until she actually finished the whole thing in honor of Mimir.
There's an empty horn and very audibly snoring Gwyn.
This is amazing. Astrid is just cracking up. She's like, now see, we know. We have a measurement. We kind of know where the line is. So in future parties, we can take that information and kind of use it as we will.
That's true. Her limit is exactly one legendary drinking horn of Yggdrasil.
Yes. So
Exactly one.
Impressive, I think. Honestly, I think she's done me proud. It's great. Hey, help me get her outside.
Tobias would lift her up in his arms.
Easily.
Okay, so, and then when we get outside, I will suggest that he just kind of pitch her into one of the tall snowbanks. Just kind of little gentle toss. Just toss her right in there. It'll be good. It'll be bracing.
All right. Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Better than a snowball.
I mean, you're right.
I am right.
You are completely wrong, but that is Mackenzie, not Gwen.
You toss her into a bank of snow, thud, and she is still out like a light.
Oh man, okay.
That did not work.
I'm gonna kneel down by her and take like a handful of snow and just start rubbing her face with it. Gwyn,
Gwyn, give me a flat con save.
Flat con save. Oh, it's gotten better. Okay.
Gwyn.
14?
Gwyn is now in the stage of like half awake.
Okay, alright.
I
I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't have lesser restoration, but I do have cure wounds. So let me just toss a cure wounds on there and see if that helps get her a little bit more alert.
Give me a con with advantage.
Okay.
Come on, I'm still rubbing snow on your face. There we go.
She is slurring her words, but her eyes are
Mhm.
open.
Okay.
It was
Hi. Are you having a good time? Are you having a good time?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. You know what? You're probably not going to remember this conversation later.
Okay.
But that's okay. We'll have it again. I just want to have it now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Are you listening?
No.
Okay. How about now? And I rubbed some more snow in your face.
Stop it.
Okay. Are you listening?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. How about now? More snow. Down your neck, like down the front of your shirt.
I'm cold.
Yeah, cold. Yeah. Are you listening?
Cold. Yes.
Okay.
Listening. Astrid. Talking.
Yes. Very good. You even know who I am. That's fantastic. Tobias, look how good she's doing. Okay.
I'm a
listen.
little impressed.
I know, right? So listen. You know how my father gave me some land?
You got land?
Yes, like at the very beginning of the party.
Wow.
He gave me and my brothers and my sister some land.
Good job. What'd you do?
Thank you. I saved the world, and so did you.
I knew you could do it.
Well, I wasn't sure, but I knew you could do it. So that was
You could do it.
good. That was good. Listen, if you
Yes.
had land, what would you do with it?
It's at this point Gudrun walks up.
No. Just dragging this club.
Yeah, just
If you had land, look at me. I'm holding your face. If you had land, what would you do with it?
grow things.
I'm asking about you, not like advice for me. I'm saying if you had land, what would you do with it?
I'd probably get some wood,
Uh-huh.
get some nails,
Mm-hmm.
get some hammer.
Yes.
Probably more than one hammer, because I need more than one hammer with more than one person help.
Shall we just move this along and say you get tools?
Oh,
and
yes.
supplies.
Yes. And
Yes.
I'd build a building. I'd put a building on land. And in
What
the
kind of
building, a big building
Huh?
with a roof. I need
Yes.
a roof.
Roofs
Yeah.
are good.
The roofs are good.
Roofs are overrated.
No, roofs are good.
You shut up. Not you. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. I thought that was for me.
No.
Okay.
That was for her. Keep talking. So it would be a building. It would be a regular building with a roof and all the other building things. Then
No,
what's it
not-
for?
Not a regular building. It's a building. It's a building where I could teach people.
Oh.
I want to teach people. People miss so much by not learning, and I want to teach people. And I want to teach people how to learn, not just
Okay.
not just big and strong things like the people
Mm-hmm.
who built the building, which is hard, and I give them credit.
Yes.
But I can do things that people can't do.
So
And
like
I-
not non-strong but smart things. Like you and I
Non-strong.
do.
Yes. But the thing is that not fair? It's not fair, because look, I can go like this, and she will cast prestidigitation and make like little sparkles, like nothing dangerous or like crazy, but it's like, ah!
Oh, that's so pretty.
As you're having this conversation, one of the doors to the, outside opens up, and you hear the voice of one of the guards saying, I hate to intrude, but Princess, your father requests your presence.
Okay, I'll be there just 2 seconds.
It's okay. I'll go back to bed, and I will start.
No. I take my hand, fill it with slow, and kind of slap you in the face. Listen, I love this plan. I think it's great. And Tobias and Gudrun, witness for me, please. Oh, and you! Is the guard still there?
He is still... He's starting to close the door, but then
Wait,
immediately turns
you.
around.
Witness that as of right now, the land that I was granted by my father now belongs to Gwen. Okay, let's go. And she gets up and starts trying to help Gwen up.
You should plant a garden.
Guys,
We probably will. Come on.
whoa,
Come on. You gotta come in here. I'm gonna do a thing. Come on.
whoa! Midgard is moving. Oh
Yes.
my god! Ah! And I will like climb onto Astrid and like hold on to her for dear life, and I make her like piggyback carry me.
Yeah,
Like,
we're kind of, I've got, like my arm under her arms, and we're kind of both staggering because I'm not super strong either. Tobias, help me out with her, please. Okay, are you gonna listen? Are you gonna stay awake long enough to hear me do a thing? Because it's gonna be really good, if I do say so.
I will try.
It will be exciting, and you will love it, and if you fall asleep, I'll do it for you again later.
Are you telling a story?
I am!
I love your stories.
No!
You are able to drag her in and probably forcibly sit her down at a table.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching for another horn of mead.
Nope.
And as
Here,
you
eat
go
this
back
bread.
inside,
Cut off.
you go back inside, you go up to your father. Your father greets you, Astrid, and he stands up, struggling once again, just a little bit. But as he stands, he addresses everyone in the room and says, "Now I am told that my daughter has something very special for you all, if you would turn your attention to her. Daughter?"
Yes. Father, I wish to tell all assembled the story of our great heroic battle in conquering the Rune Thief. It is my hope that it pleases all my teachers, and she bows over to where all the, skalds are, and that all of you realize that even if I didn't know your story to tell it, that this is your story also. And we will insert poetry here later.
Insert poetry later.
Insert poetry here.
But
I just really want there to be a line like, and we met this crazy evil grandma, and I don't know why she's still here.
I'm writing that down because I'm not quite done with it. And
Insert
we met.
poetry here. It is very beautiful. There are tears. There are clapping. There are hurrahs and shouting and drinks and ale being flown everywhere as people slam their drinks. And eventually, night begins to come. The feasting is ending. People make it back to wherever they go to, wherever their homes are. Some people even simply sleep in the Great Hall itself to continue in the morning. As night comes, Astrid, as you are walking to your room in the quiet of the hall, people are sleeping on the floors. You are having to tiptoe over people. Your father is, rightfully so, passed out in his chair.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're walking to the stairs behind him, out of the corner of your eye, you see the queen standing and walking closer to you. and she says, Astrid, I know we have our problems with each other, and we do not always see eye to eye. But would you please, but for a moment, have a talk with me?
Why? Mother, how could I ever turn down a request from you? What is it you wish?
You have done a lot for your father and for this great city that I now get to call home. That there's no mistake in that. You have done a lot of good here, and it is right for your father to reward you. It is not that I hate you, Astrid. I have quite a fondness for you, actually. And in that fondness, I just want you to know. And she kind of leans in a little bit. It wasn't the flame that saved your father when he found me. It was as simple as a man falling in love. It was as simple as me, myself, saving him. And I would understand why you would hate me for that. And she leans in a little closer to the point where she's whispering directly into your ear. I want you to know it wasn't anyone but me who saved your father. And just like I saved him, it was I who saved you. And she walks away.
It's fucking damn it. Okay.
And as you turn, she's walking away. She has a chalice in her hand. Give me a perception with advantage.
Okay. Boom.
You see the reflection of glowing green eyes in the chalice
All right.
as she walks away.
Cool. Okay, great. Astrid is just standing there like frozen. I mean, I assume there's like no actual spell on her, but she's just, they've just had this huge victory. It felt like in a lot of ways they were taking on the gods, or at least some of them, and they've had this big win. And she hates her stepmother. And it's it's just maddening and scary to find out that she has very possibly been hating her for all the wrong reasons.
And with these thoughts in your head, I imagine it is rather a maybe sleepless night for Astrid. And if not sleepless, perhaps nightmares even.
I think Astrid does everything she can think of not to fall asleep. Hashtag that bard life.
Give me a con save.
I think people with me should have to do a con save.
you're able to stay up for quite some time. Your eyes are starting to get heavy as the sun begins to come up. Eventually, you do end up giving in. And I imagine Astrid falls asleep on an open book with poems in it.
I mean, if you want to call the twins an open book, then sure.
Eventually, everyone finds sleep. And could the four of you kindly roll me perceptions, please?
This is where you find out Ezekiel's been stealing your stuff.
Everyone, despite possibly being in bed or in a sleeping bag or in the comfort of their own room, you start to feel this as you kind of rouse awake. You start to feel really, really cold. Like, oh God, it's unnaturally cold. You're freezing. And you all get up one by one. Your eyes are adjusting to the sudden bright light all around you. You're not in the hall. You're not in any house. And way off in the distance, through fog, you see the root of a great and long tree. And you're surrounded by nothing but ice and snow. As you may not know it yet, but you all have just awoken in Niflheim.
Oh no.
As you all awake, you hear a voice. And the voice you hear is coming from a little to the side of all of you, and it says, I didn't expect to run into anyone else here. Where did you all come from? And you turn your heads, and you see an armored figure holding no weapons, with a pack on his back, beard kind of horribly shapen beard on his chin. He has not taken care of it in a while. Semi-shaved head, covered in tattoos. Astrid and Gwyn, give me histories, please.
All right.
By the Nine
Ooh.
Realms, you are looking at a dwarf.
Hey. Wow.
You've fought trolls, you've heard of werewolves, you've dealt with some supernatural things, but this is the first time you're all staring at a dwarf. You've heard the stories, you're looking at one now.
Shortest one here anymore.
Absolutely just flabbergasted and trying not to let her jaw drop. She says, she greets in Dwarvish and says, "Hail, friend. We just woke up and ended up here. We are from Midgard. Where are we?"
He responds with kind of shock. He responds in Dwarvish. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know you Midgardians could speak our language. You say you just woke up here? The gods must have something interesting planned for you all. You're in Niflheim, land of ice and snow.
And Astrid says in Dwarven, "Oh no, we don't even get a day's rest?"
You would. You all do get a long rest.
I know, but she's being,
Mm-hmm.
she's being whiny.
Dramatic.
Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. She's being whiny.
If I may ask again, who are you?
Oh, sorry. And in common, she'll continue in common for the sake of anybody who doesn't speak Dwarvish. My name is Guinevere Risi. These are my companions. Pray tell, what's your name?
I'm Eitri. Your stories on Midgard, if you say that's where you're from, might know me better as Sindri.
Do I know who Sindri is?
Give me history.
I feel like I probably, if this is like a mythical or whatever figure.
You can give me history as well.
Okay. Can I make an argument for advantage, please? Because stories.
Sure.
Oh, that's such a bad roll for me. I, Kenzie, know who this person is.
Both of you would know.
If this person is related at all to Hel, who I am currently now worshipping, would I gain any advantage on a history check?
Currently, no. And with
Okay.
Gwyn and Astrid's history, both of them, you are able to tell, exactly who you're speaking to. You're speaking to one of the famous brothers and one of the famous dwarven crafters, who you would know from the tales has had their hands in some quite epic items, one such being Mjolnir.
So Astrid's gonna grasp Gwen's arm and just gasp and then go, Sindri, and then just give like 4 or 5 lines of one of the epic tales of him, hammering away on Mjolnir.
He responds with, "Oh, well, I don't know if I would tell the tale like that myself, but Midgardians have always been known to make things sound better than they are."
Well, they need to sound better than they are sometimes. But I have a feeling that this isn't that far off.
Do not discredit yourself. Your work is told throughout all of Midgard, and it is quite a surprise to end up here, but an honor to even make your acquaintance.
Well, I will gladly accept the praise. It is not really safe around here. Would you like to journey with me back to my workshop? It isn't far. I'm only set up over the ridge.
Yes, please.
Yes, that would be great. Any guidance through this unknown land would be very kind.
Workshop. We're gonna see the workshop.
I know we're gonna see.
Oh my god. We're gonna workshop.
We're like behind Gudrun and Tobias, just fangirling because we know exactly who this is.
Absolutely hyperventilating.
As you're walking, he's saying, "Well, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, it isn't that workshop. I'm traveling, looking for parts here in Niflheim. I brought a piece of my workshop with me."
The workshop. We're gonna see a piece of the workshop.
And
Workshop, oh my God.
eventually, as you're walking, it only takes but a couple minutes. You do eventually get to the small workshop. And he walks behind it. You see various items in current states of being crafted on this table, various weapons and other such gear behind him. And he says, "It isn't much, but as I said, I'm just simply here looking for supplies.
Is there anything we can help you find? I mean, we're just mere mortals, but we would help if we can, especially since we have no idea why we're here.
He's kind of scratching his chin, and he's saying, you know, no, that would be too dangerous for them. They just got here.
What is it? What is it? What can we help with?
Well, I could use some pieces from Helheim.
With memory fading in and out of the gods, do we have a solid memory and knowledge of what Helheim is?
Yes, with the death of the Rune Thief, all of your knowledge would have came back.
Oh, cool. Okay, so all of our memories of the gods and goddesses and all that has returned.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Helheim, you say? What are you needing from Helheim?
Well, I'm working on a new item. A new weapon, in fact. But if you're really up for it, I would really find it useful if you can get me the soul of a damned warrior.
Huh.
Just any warrior?
Preferably someone with enough fame to their name. You see, weapons don't bite hard enough unless you have someone quite angry inside of them.
I see. I guess the first question would be transportation. I don't really have the means, nor was anything ever created in Midgard to be able to transport a soul.
Let me think. Ah, right. And he turns around and very frantically reaching through shelves. He's throwing things. Things are getting scattered everywhere. He pulls out a tiny little pouch and says, well, if you're willing to do this for me, you should hold what is necessary. And he throws it to you. And effectively,
I catch it.
Effectively, you catch a bag of holding.
And pray tell, how... This is going to seem like a foolish question, so forgive me, as Midgard is not apt to magic very well, if at all. How does one recognize a soul? If we kill something, does it manifest in any way, or do we just throw the body in this bag?
Oh, you shouldn't have to worry about that. They're rather easy to find. They wander all over Helheim. Some of them more angrier than others. Well, you know, it's always good to have adventurers willing to do this for you.
If I may ask, do you want a really super angry one, or just one who's damned? For sure.
The second part, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably the angrier the better.
Okay.
Yes. Now,
Right.
do you all know how to get to Helheim?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well, this is going to be a fun one. Who the fuck did I pick? He points around behind you and says, do you all see that over there? All of you can give me perceptions with advantage.
I see it.
You see into all the realms.
If Gudrun doesn't want to roll because you're still asleep, I imagine they're just dragging you.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys had to move, then like, you know, you might have woken me up, but I also might just be asleep and not seeing anything.
Well then, a 19, a nat 20, a 17. Sindri, first of all, says, "Is she going to be okay?"
You ask me that as if you might think I care.
That's a good point. So if you look behind you, do you all see that very large, what appears to be an ocean? And you peer out, you all see moving waves. And he says, "Give you a little secret, it's not actually water. Those are the dead walking into Helheim. Follow them, You'll find yourself in a cave, and then you can walk right in." And he's kind of scrounging around a little bit. Ezekiel, can you please give me a perception?
Sorry, Ezekiel's wife had called him, and I'm just wrapping that up. One moment. All right, so you just asked for a perception check?
Yes, please.
Gotcha. All right, it's pretty decent for me. 13.
In the tent that Ichiri has set you up in, you hear a faint shout. "Ezekiel, would you mind coming out here? I have some folk for you to join. They're going to Helheim to gather some supplies."
Hold on. I'm in the middle of. Did you seen Pocky anywhere?
Check the shelves.
Hold on. Oh, they got Pocky. All right, and what you guys are gonna see is a golden cockatiel flutter right out of the tent. Who here has the prettiest hair?
Oh, me. Duh.
Who is me?
Astrid.
Okay, sweet. Pocky the cockatiel flies immediately in your direction towards your hair. This little cockatiel bird just squawking, walking like a chocobo, just right towards and into your hair.
Wow. What is this?
Oh, hello there. Apologies. He's trying to whistle, can't whistle. Pocky, come on now. That's a little rude. He's real friendly.
And walking out of the tent, who do they see? What do they see?
They see a stout dwarven man, snugly fit into a breastplate, with an explorer's cap on, with a feather sticking out of it. Colonel Sanders' mustache and goatee, coming on out with like this adventuring and explorer's gear. Think of like the like Tarzan explorer, like British explorer gear, with the shorts and these tall boots that go right up below the knee. As he steps out into the snow, with also these short sleeve kind of explorers. He looks like he should be on a safari, but he's up in the mountains. Hello there. Sorry about that. It was just getting supplies. Who are Sindri? Who are these folks here?
They're just some people who are going to go into Helheim and get me some supplies. I think some people would do you good, Ezekiel.
Oh, go to Helheim, huh? What supplies are gonna get? What's it this time? Is it the toe bone of a giant, or let's see, was it the eyeball, the petrified eyeball of a sad cyclops, something on those lines?
Oh no, it's much simpler. Just the soul of a dead warrior.
Oh yeah, much simpler. Yep. Totally understand what that means. Well, hello there. Nice to meet you.
Warrior. Let's not forget the damned part. It's important.
Damned warrior.
I mean, would they be in Helheim if they weren't damned?
Angry
Isn't
at the
that the point of
best.
Helheim?
Is that one okay? He's just looking down at the sleeping, this person sleeping in the snow. Looks
Not
like they've been
really.
coming by some snow. Oh, well, apologies for my name is Ezekiel Marduk, adventure explorer extraordinaire, so to speak. Been here for some time. Ex-adventurer, new explorer, and a pleasure to meet you. He just like walks up and begins shaking hands with everybody, including the sleeping person. He just grabs a hand, shakes it.
I mean, Gudrun has woken up at this point, but is still lying on the ground like she's sleeping.
Yeah. you know,
says under his breath, they are all going to die.
No, great.
What was that? Scenery?
Nothing. Just looking for my tools.
Well, my sensitive ears are picking up some sourpuss. It sounds like someone needs some of Ezekiel's fine stew. Hold 1 second. Let me go get some Ezekiel's special stew. One moment. He runs back into the tent.
Ezekiel, could you please? Okay.
Sindri.
This guy.
I've been giving him warmth and home for the past couple of days that I've been in Niflheim. He's a pain in my ass.
And so you're bequeathing your pain in the ass to our asses. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Well, I can't necessarily leave my workshop, can I?
Everyone
Hockey's
knows
eating your hair.
that asses are made out of 2 parts, and you've had 1 pain in your ass for a while, so it's better to have 2 now.
Well, yes, it is balanced out now, I suppose. Sindri, are we supposed to be babysitting here? Does he have any usable skills?
Well, he's a dwarf. That should answer your question, really.
This
That
bird.
sounds racist.
Is this a bird? Is this a bird? I've never seen a bird that looks like this. Stop it. Stop
Yeah.
it.
Ezekiel, could you
eyes-
please
Stop
come
it.
back out?
Ezekiel
Stop it.
comes back out, large pot of stew. Like think Kevin from The Office with his chili, just like waddling out with this enormous pot of stew. I'm out here. Nope, don't worry. Don't help me. I'm fine. I'm a strong man, strong boy. He just slaps this piping hot pot of stew onto the ground, begins to steam and melt the snow around it. All right, I brought some bowls out. Oh yeah. What is so you need to find? He's just pouring all this
Ezekiel,
soup.
what did I tell you about a mess? Not on the tables.
It ain't on the table. It's on the ground. Sandry, can we just like take deep? Let's do what we talked about. Deep breaths in, breaths out, breath in. Think of the All Father. Come on, let's think of the All Father together.
Ezekiel, just finish your introductions.
All right, fine. We'll keep it lickety split. My name is Ezekiel Marduk. If you're looking for a resume of sorts, I used to be known as one hell of an adventuring cleric myself. Prayer to the All Father of sorts, and then I hit retirement days, and I retired, and I laxed on the whole worshiping thing. I did some fishing, some mild exploring, hiking, if you will, and then I kind of got bored, explored everything, and I decided I realized what my true passion is. My passion of understanding and accruing knowledge, especially of dead cultures and tombs and those that are that which is forgotten. So I picked up my exploring boots, put my gear together, got my little pocket peel, and I headed on out. I found this little lad a little beforehand, and we went on out into adventure. And along the way, I started picking back up on the good word of the good All Father. And funny story how I got here. Long story.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
All right. Well, at any rate, I'm good at languages. I'm good at exploring. Good at looking for traps, and so is Pocket here. And I'm a good man in the land, so to speak. I know giants quite well. There, you could say that they're a friend of me of mine, so to speak.
This is wonderful. It's lovely to meet you, Ezekiel. Could you just excuse me and my companions just for a moment? And
of course.
Astrid grabs Tobias and Gwyn and drags them away from Sindri. And
he just stares at you while you're doing that. Stares at you while you're doing that.
And says, "Okay, huddle up."
Where's the huddle?
Right
here? Right
yes.
here?
Wait, you didn't say you took Gudrun. Gudrun is still just lying in the
No,
snow.
I said I took away from Gudrun. I said I'm taking everybody away from Ezekiel and
Yeah. So
Okay.
Gudrun is just in the snow still, just
no,
staring.
that's fine. So okay, Tobias, Gwen.
Ezekiel hands Gundren a bowl of soup.
He seems, yeah, I have a hair ornament now. He seems stronger than the old lady. Do you think maybe we could arrange a trade?
Can I hear them say that?
No, I'm being real quiet.
Damn it! Can I try to perception? I just want to know.
You can do a perception with disadvantage.
Okay.
You're eating soup.
Oh, that is
And
true.
Ezekiel's
This is
still
very
talking
important.
at you. I'm betting.
An 18, you are being talked over by Ezekiel. Every now and then Eitri is saying, Ezekiel, please! Come on now. You certainly hear Astrid say your name. That's about it.
Damn it! I wanted to hear that she said that he was stronger because I wanted to challenge him to it.
You hear Gudrun.
Yep.
But then a mess of talking between Ezekiel and Eitri.
Now, let's do some breathing. You're getting a little hot in the face again, just like you do normally.
Astrid, I understand where you're coming from. I have this entire time. At this point, we need the help. We need the help. We need the help from this wonderful Ezekiel individual. We need the help from Gudrun. You can't argue that. If we're gonna do this for Eitri and basically write our own story, we need both of their help. We can't just have one.
Okay. You're right. I guess we always need comic relief. Usually there's not more than one of those in any given group. Do you think he's actually going to help? It really does seem like he's being just shuffled up onto us.
Well, he did express that he was once an adventurer who retired and then got bored of it and put on his bootstraps and is out doing it again. Maybe think of it like when your father got into the king position and he was no longer going out on hunts and he got stir crazy and bored, and so he went out on a couple of hunts with a few of the warriors. It just makes sense that at some point you're going to get bored.
Here's the interesting thing about that. I know that my father tells the truth. We don't know this person. So, if you can think of a way of determining if he does, in fact, have some adventurer chops, I mean, that meal smells pretty good, but it's not necessarily the thing that's going to help us the most. So yeah, if you can figure out, if either of you can figure out, let's put our heads together, a way to tell if he really will be an asset. Let's figure it out before we take off.
Well, I have an idea.
Say,
Okay.
So Tobias is gonna walk over and say, Ezekiel, you said your name was.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What is your name, my friend?
My name is Tobias Annison.
Got it, Toby.
Your stew seems very interesting. Would you tell me where you got the ingredients and possibly how you got them?
Oh,
Who cares?
well.
The soup's good.
I fancy my. Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, little Miss Nappyfoot. Well, yeah. I fancy myself a forager. I was the cook in my old party way back in the day. Let's see here.
Way back in the day, for at least to Ezekiel, meaning humans did not exist.
Yeah, way back in the day, I fancied myself a cook, and I picked up a couple of things along the way. I foraged all the greens myself, not gonna lie. Pocky there is also himself a mighty good forager, especially going up on high when You're not gonna lie. I prefer not going up. I prefer not climbing myself. I will if I have to. I'm very used to mountain climbing. That is my forte, so to speak. But the flying one is the better one with the air things. Let's see here. That's how I got the ingredients for the soup. Otherwise, of course, I use what you see around you for the water.
That's smart and intuitive.
You should be thankful.
It seemed quite resourceful.
You should be thankful that I guided him the right way when he showed up to my camp. He almost started making soup out of the poisonous waters of the lake down there.
Oh, don't you say that! I could tell it was poisonous.
I don't think you could, Ezekiel.
So very helpful then, is what I'm hearing.
Gwen looks at Astrid and kind of pipes up and says, it's a mistake anyone can make. I do have a question for you, Master Ezekiel, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, they're calling him Master now.
Just Ezekiel. I am Master nobody.
Well, it's trying to be polite. I'm sure that my time in the realms has been far less than his.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, have you traveled multiple realms often? Is coming to a place like Niflheim something that's not abnormal for you?
Well, funny you should say that. I've done it every once in a blue moon, depending on what the need is. Back and forth, here and there, so to speak. My first time being, it's not quite my first time being here, but I haven't been here a ton. There was a
check.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. Ezekiel, whether he's choosing to bullshit or not, Ezekiel, for your character, being a traveler, you likely would have visited Niflheim once or twice, because, that's kind of how the dwarves are. They go places, they gather gear, they craft. So whether you spent a minute in Niflheim or you spent multiple days in Niflheim, now that's what you could be bullshitting about, but you've definitely stepped foot onto the ice.
I've been around Niflheim.
Okay. All right. What's your weapon of choice, if I may ask?
Oh, well, I mean, let me go get good old my trusty bonker. And I walk back into the tent. You wait a couple minutes, and then I come back out, and I feel I walk out with a well-worn and fixed up wooden shield with scuff marks and kind of obviously mended multiple times with the mending spell and physically repaired and stuff. And I'm walking out also with this little explorer's cane, hiking cane, this hiking stick.
Oh,
and
man.
it just has it's basically a gnarled tree branch with various scratch marks in it, and then this big club end on the end. Basically,
Gudrun puts away her quarterstaff walking stick and subtly tries to pull out her new great club. I have a better box.
Suddenly pulls out the great club.
As Ezekiel's walking up, you guys see Eitri kind of facepalm, and he begins walking behind his tables towards Ezekiel, and he says, "Once again, Ezekiel, for the love of me, please let me repair that thing."
Idria, this thing has been with me longer than your beard has been on your face. Trust me when I tell you this thing, and I'm literally pointing at him and swinging it kind of wildly in his general direction, nearly kind of whiffing kind of close to him. Trust me when I say this thing has conked out more ne'er-do-wells and tusslers than you would ever see. Now.
Okay.
Tobias. Gwen.
Hearing that, Gwen will speak up. Seeing Gudrun pull out this new weapon, she goes, "Well, so with that, if you don't mind, I would be interested to see how well you could sustain yourself, just for a short period of time. As you can see, we have a very experienced bonker with us," and I will point towards Gudrun. And then,
not a fine bonker you got there.
Yes, wonderful Granny Gudrun is is the best bonker we have ever seen. Not to say that another bonker cannot join our ranks, but I do think that it would be of our best interest to make sure that you can bonk as efficiently as she bonks. So, I would like to propose...
Sounds like you're looking for a little tussle, and I start waving around my bonk.
No.
I would like to propose that that we have a 3-round bonking session between you and our Master Gudrun, far away from our lovely host's area.
No blood.
To make sure that the bonking is sufficient.
I mean, if y'all insist, it's good to have a friendly little sparring session.
Okay, from the workshop.
I do need to. I was gonna say christen this, but I don't know if Christ exists, so I just need to, give this new bunker it needs to have its first bonk.
Oh, don't worry, young. Don't worry, young. I'll show you the ropes of how to really bonk.
I will take Gudrun's arm, feeling like Ezekiel will probably follow, but I'm not sure about Gudrun, so I will take her arm and say, we need to make sure that you have great distance. And I will take them up here away from the thing. And my proposal is just a 3-round, essentially sparring session between the two of them.
That's wonderful. On the way over, I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Wait, give me a second. I feel like there's something I wanted to do similarly. Please hold.
I would like to make sure that the 3 of us are far enough away we're not going to get hurt, but basically providing an additional blockade to the workbench, so Eitri feels like his place is secure with 3 bodies basically between him and the issues that's going on.
He does shout out, if any of you bring blood back to my work, we're going to have problems.
Oh, fine. One of them can clean it off or something. It's fine. It's not the first time blood's got on your work.
Maybe we should provide at least 60 feet in between us and his workbench.
All right, Ezekiel looks over and kind of squints. We're about there.
I'm going to it's a bonus action before we start. I'm gonna just become real big.
All right.
And I'm gonna become large. And now I'm just big Gudrun.
All of
I heard a story like this. I think it was called Greg and Deliath. Am I getting that name right?
Gudrun standing there suddenly start glowing in runic power and grow.
Oh, I hate that.
And the way we're going to do this...
you how much I hate that.
Gudrun and Ezekiel, please roll initiative.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
The funny thing is, I am not gonna do well at this, but I'm still so into it,
There it is.
Don't worry.
16.
Don't worry. None of the damage, no damage is going to track. It's just whoever gets more hits on the armor class during more turns.
Wonderful. All right.
Let me add your turn. So, do you guys, what do we think? Do we think battle music? How are we feeling?
Yeah.
100% battle music.
Ezekiel does not seem fazed by you growing bigger. In fact, he seems more excited, didn't know you had some drown in you. You might find yourself to regret that. As I get myself into as I go from this old man stretching into a low combat stance behind the shield with some looking like I have some training. All right.
I guess I probably would take out my shield at some point on the way over there. That feels like a thing I would do.
Alright, so Ezekiel, you have the first hit.
Wonderful. For bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shillega on my club. So all of a sudden, I take out my club and I immediately give it a twirl, and it just immediately glows with this little white aura around it. Let me show you how you fight with brain over bone, big one. And I'm gonna rush over and roll and make an attack with my Shillega club, walking club. Alright, so that is this. Ah, shit, 12!
Oh, that doesn't hit.
Alright,
Oh,
I run over and I whiff a little bit.
Gudrun.
I really hope it's just lulling her into a, false sense of security.
I'm going.
Come on, then.
I'm gonna take out my stick, my classic bonking stick. I don't actually want my great club because I want my shield so that I don't get hit as much. I'm going to pull out the classic Gudrun bonking stick, and she's going to see your shillelagh, and she's going to raise you a casting magic weapon onto her
Alright.
stick, and then she's going to do a bonk.
Oh, sorry, I don't think this would matter, but that should actually be 13 to hit, I think. Oh, no, that's right. No, that's correct, that's correct. No, we're fine.
I believe it's a 14 to hit me right now, because it's...
Doesn't matter. That was correct, never mind.
Yeah. So one-handed quarterstaff, normal, not advantage.
That was whispered, but it was a 23.
Oop, I didn't mean to whisper it. It's technically 24 because I cast magic weapon.
Wait, what?
24 to hit you.
24 will definitely hit.
You get a bonk right on your head.
And then I'm going to use I can attack twice now. And I'm gonna do it again. For an 18? I'm sorry, I don't know why it's on whispering.
It was an 18.
18 does not hit.
The 18
Alright.
Goes
so you hit me with one... Yep, go ahead.
Nope, that was it.
Alright.
That's my action and bonus action, so I don't got anything else.
Wonderful. Well then this turn for my action, I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to hit you with another bonk with my shillelagh. Maybe, hold on, let me check something real quick.
You just hear a shout, "Is this really necessary?"
Yes. Sorry.
You turn around to respond to Eitri. He's not actually even paying attention. He's just scrounging through his supplies.
Let me see here.
Wait,
I might be solving two of our problems at once.
Would a 19 have hit? It should have been a 19.
Nope. 19 would not
Didn't
hit.
think so. Okay, just double checking. We're so bad at numbers, man.
It's all good. I'm gonna attempt to hit you with another shillelagh. Hello.
It's not hot. Oh my god!
Oh,
damn it!
My AC is so much lower than yours.
Just accidentally drop it, and as my bonus action, I'll go ahead and as I'm reaching down, printing home my back, I'll look up at you and I go, "Now, Puck!" And Puck is gonna sweep over and flank and attack you.
Taking a bunch of my hair. But...
Just coming right out of your hair.
Ow!
Puck is gonna attempt to make a little shred attack.
Do it.
That's 20!
Yeah!
Oh!
Yes!
Fucky!
So,
yes, Pocky!
Ezekiel swings and fumbles with his stick, but he commands the bird, and the bird comes in and gets a good old shred on Gudrun.
Ha! That was part of the ploy! That's called get him!
Alright, Gudrun.
Like, I feel like this is all about the bomb.
All about the...
I will say I will say instead of a shred. I will say instead of a shred, Pock just comes up and literally beans you, just like just full body tackles you in the head.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm just doing 2 more. I think that's. I don't want to use up all the thing in one.
So far, you guys are tied. Well, technically, Pock, Appeal, and Gudrun are tied.
Those shouldn't have been an advantage. I thought I unclicked that. So
that would be a 22.
22 and a 13.
Alright,
well, 23 and a 14, but yeah.
23 does hit, 14 does not.
Cool.
So it is currently 2-1 Gudrun.
Alright.
And we go to round 3.
Round 3. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to attack one more time with Shiglega, but before I do, I'm gonna cast. Let's see here. Snare and strike on my weapon.
Ooh, what does that do?
I'm guessing it
Well,
bears.
you're technically large right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. And then, all right, never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and just swing with Shiglega. 17.
17 hits!
All
All
right.
right.
2-2.
I hit you right in the knee, right in the kneecap. Just bam.
I used to be an adventurer.
And then
ouch.
as my bonus action instead, what I'll do is I'll cast Sanctuary on myself.
Oh!
Alright, Gudrun, you are currently tied.
We're currently tied. I'm just gonna try to attack, which means I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, you do.
Okie doke. Ah, why is
Damn
it
it.
advantage?
So
Well, 21 does succeed. Go ahead, roll your attack.
I thought, like, it says that it's on normal. I don't. Anyhow.
If you are attacking twice, I believe Sanctuary, you have to do the Sanctuary again for the
Yeah,
second attack.
yeah. Well, 22 will hit.
Okay, so here's the thing: this is the last round, right?
Yes, with this swing, you have won, Gudrun.
I'm still gonna try again for the last one.
Go for it.
Do that wisdom.
Nope.
Nope.
I win, and then I'm like, but I just can't. I can't focus because I'm too excited about the fact that I won, and I'm just like completely, like swing my, like just like in a circle, completely not attacking anybody.
And as the little contest ends, you hear Eitri shout, "Did anyone die?"
No.
Oh.
Only an old man's pride. As I'm like wiping a fake tear from under my eye.
Astrid sounds pretty disappointed. Everyone's
It's all right, old
fine.
timer. You'll
Good
get it
on you,
next
biggin.
time.
No death, no blood.
Oh, well, that's okay. I still got a bunch of tricks up this old sleeve.
I think there might be blood where that bird tore out some of my hair.
Yeah, these two. Pocket Field still has a couple white strands it's nibbling on.
So now that you're
When?
busy, now that you're not busy squabbling anymore, Helheim?
Yes, Helheim, and all of us
yes.
will be going.
Yep. Sure. Maybe the bird can get the green out of my hair. Sorry, what's the bird's name again?
Oh, Pocket Field, the cockatiel.
Pockapeel the cockatiel.
Pocket for short is fine.
Excellent. Okay. It's gonna be hard not to call it Pockapee, but I will try not to.
Oh yeah, you don't want to call him that. He doesn't like that.
No, probably not. Sorry. I'm Astrid.
Astrid, nice to meet you.
Yes, lovely. She's very much considering whether she's gonna like break out. I'm Princess Astrid, actually, but she decides not to. Does your bird know how to give haircuts?
Oh, I think I could give it a shot.
Well, and she does the same thing. She gathers up her hair in a ponytail and says, "You see how the ends are all green?"
I did notice that. Quite verdant, if you ask me.
Sorry, what?
Verdant?
Oh, yes, very verdant. More verdant than I would prefer.
Well, that's a shame.
I wonder if maybe Pocky would think this was grass or some sort of nesting material and could just like chew right there, right along.
All
Take
right,
that
well,
right off.
let me see what Pocky, go over and eat the nice lady's hair.
Can you be more specific?
Can you, Pocky, green? You know what green is? You see green, right? And Pocky is just like staring dead at him. It's
oh
like,
no. Okay, see, just this, see where I'm holding it? Just these bits here that are down here.
Pocky totally knows. Totally knows.
Absolutely not, Ezekiel! You tell him not to eat my emeralds this time. He still has one in his stomach that you owe me.
Listen. The emerald will pass at some point. And really, you should be proud of the fact that thing was quite large that he ate.
That's terrifying, but back to the hair. The important things here, getting the green out of the hair.
Pocky, go ahead and give it your best shot. Pocky will flutter in your direction.
Pocky could even sit on my fist that's holding the hair and do like the upside down bird thing and just see.
And
this is Astrid.
Yes.
As Pocky is eating at the hair, Pocky is making no headway as it is like biting into steel, and you hear a voice, rather a voice that sounds rather annoyed as it whispers, less whisper, more yelling in your ear, Astrid, as it says, "You really think a bird would be the one to befall me?"
The bird is straight up just like head jerking, like head banging with the hair in its mouth, just back and forth.
No, it seems like maybe it's a magic bird, so I don't know. I'd rather have the bird in my hair than you.
Well, that sounds rather unfortunate for you. But here you are, and here I am.
Great. Okay. Well, Ezekiel, this doesn't seem to be working, but I sure appreciate the effort. Thank you.
All right. Nope. No problem. Pocky. Pocky, come on. Good. You're done. We're done now. We're done. Pocky.
Can you learn to control your bird, Ezekiel?
Listen, he does fine when it counts. I like giving him the space he deserves when life isn't on the line. Is anybody laughing right now? Anybody dying right now? No? Okay, well then how about that?
That's rather my father's theory of child rearing as well.
Now, that direction is Helheim. I have work I need to get back to. I would really appreciate it if you can go get this for me.
Speaking of old Eddie, can you do me a favor and can you give us some supplies to head on out? You have anything you can pawn off on us? Maybe a loan or two?
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
All right.
Astrid's going to say, that would be lovely. We kind of got transported here without any of our things. So, help action.
So it balances out.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm getting there. I'm finding it. Persuasion. All right. All right.
No.
Atri looks dead in your eyes, Ezekiel, and says, "No."
And I made your soup.
Your soup made a mess.
Gwen
Look over and Pocket Peel is like fluttering in the soup like a birth bath. All right, you know what? I'll admit that's kind of my bad.
Lord Etreat, just a brief question, if I may, just because you brought it up earlier. The waters sound like they're dangerous. If we end up having to go past or through the water, do you have any recommendation how to circumvent the dangers of the water?
Just follow this ridge line, and he points kind of towards a distant mountain, and that should take you right towards the entrance that you need to find. You shouldn't even bring you near the water. If you end up near the water, like this one here, and he stares dead at Ezekiel, then you haven't listened to my instructions, and perhaps you're better off. I'm not going to say what I was just going to say.
I appreciate that, because we will have Mimir guiding our way instead of others that may not be so guided.
You've seen Mimir. Tell him I say hi.
That I will. The next time I have the honor of having an audience with Mimir, I will certainly say hi from you.
Now, anything else before you go?
Well,
I don't really know how to ask this, but does he have anything for sale? I mean, we just did get a lot of money.
He
does
does.
it look
If
like
you ask him, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I would totally be like, well, as my friend did say, we did come here with less than helpful utilities on our side. However, I do have coin. I don't know if you exchange for Midgardian coin here.
Oh, wonderful. I'm definitely more inclined to deal with you now. Thank you for introducing them, Ezekiel. Oh, wait. I introduced them to you. Now, how much
Well,
coin
listen,
are you
you're
carrying?
the host here. I ain't the host here. That's all I'm saying.
How much coin are you carrying, and what are you in need of? I also accept rare items. They can always be useful, but Midgardian coin is quite nice too.
Got any armor?
Oh, well, yes, armor would probably work for grandmother here. I am currently holding 400 Midgardian gold, and I would be looking for something to help enhance my magical abilities even further.
400?
I don't know about magical abilities, but I can offer these. You all kind of look in need of it. And he does place up a piece of armor on the table and says, I actually recently made this, and unfortunately, I really do hate saying this, but Ezekiel's pot has come in quite handy for making some of these, and he puts some bottles of potions on the table.
That's why you always carry a soup pot with you.
Oh, I think
Yes.
I would reach into my bag and I'd pull out the remnants of the crown of silvering spring,
Yes.
and I would place the broken pieces on the table and say, this once had magical capabilities of shooting out magic targets that could hit things from a far distance, and I would be able to do it with the beautiful birds that you see carved on it. Is that something you may be able to fix and provide again, or maybe make it so it's some form of protection versus, a magical wielding weapon? I can't really wear armor, but anything would help.
Well, do you want it repaired, or do you want it imbued differently? Because if you want it repaired, let's see. I hate to say I recently ran out, but if you can bring me back 3 elven strands of hair, I can get this repaired in no time.
What is with you and the strangest things you need? Don't you need anything just like rocks or lack?
Well, some magical things do need rocks, but I'm pretty sure that magic of the caliber of Lord Atri here is much further than just basic rocks.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Well, that just means he masters the basics, and once you master the basics, you can do anything else.
Atri has his eyes closed in, annoyance.
Gwen would redirect the conversation and say, "Well, okay, so three strands of elven hair. I would pay the 400 gold that I have for something different that would involve the same design of the crown. If you have, if you are so inclined to tinker with it a bit."
I'm more than capable of tinkering. I may have some supplies. I am running low. Let's see. If you want some protection, let's see. If you can bring me back. If you can bring me back a molten piece of a fire giant, I'm sure I can turn it into something protecting. They are quite sturdy folk. Really.
How do you carry that?
Oh, very carefully. You need oven mitts.
Damn it. Yeah, you're right. Oven mitts is the answer. I've forgotten about oven mitts.
I'm sorry. So that was one piece of a molten fire elemental.
A molten piece
Fire
of a fire giant.
And good news for you, I'm an expert when it comes to giants. They were my piece de resistance back in the day.
Good, yes. That wonderful, Ezekiel.
You speak giant? You speak giant, Andrew?
He says in giant. No, I don't speak giant.
Oh, well, you're pretty good if we're not speaking giant. I say back in giant.
No habla español.
Now, did your companion want this armor? These potions are rather useful as well.
Granny, would you like to purchase
what
this
is-
armor?
What is the armor and how much does it cost?
It is breastplate. It is a +1 breastplate, and he says, "Again, I recently made this, so it's fresh off the presses. 500 gold."
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that would be quite useful for me. But I mean, I'm a newcomer here, so you know.
I don't have 500 gold, and also, given that my dex is 0, I probably don't benefit from medium armor as much as someone else might.
Oh well,
So,
I mean,
like-
I could pitch in if y'all need.
This is all I got. And she pulls out exactly the amount of money that you guys just got from the king, and otherwise no other money.
Oh well, if the rest of you got the rest of it, then I'll pitch in this, and I put down 10 gold. That's all
If you just want
That's all I got.
potions and can't afford anything better, the potions will run you around 200 gold.
And that's for
What-
how
what
many
are the
is
potions?
displayed on the table?
He has placed on 4 potions.
What kind of potions are they?
Well, that wound on your knee, the stingy feeling you're feeling after Ezekiel hit it, this will repair it.
I can toss 400 gold out so that we can get some potions.
Wait.
Who's paying?
Yeah, are you just buying all the potions?
Yeah.
All right. If
Great.
you
Yes,
if you,
that's 200 gold worth.
if you buy them all,
Mhm.
it is 2 greater healing potions and 2 regular healing potions.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo!
That's a good deal.
That's a hell of a good deal.
I'm going to, and you said for 200?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take one of the greater. I'm going to give one of the greater to Gwen. I'm going to give a regular to Tobias. And then I'm going to sit there and stare between Gudrun and Ezekiel.
You see Eitri kind of like beckoning you over to the side of his workshop.
Yes.
Please.
Gudrun's like
Please
gonna
keep
look
it for
over to
yourself.
Ezekiel as you're thinking about this, and Gudrun's gonna look over and be like, "See, the part that she's missing is that she was dying when I tried to heal her, but she doesn't remember that because she was dead."
And Eitri's telling you, Astrid, please, for the love of everything, just keep them yourself.
You know, recently I've been on both a literal and a figurative journey, attempting to grow as a person and as a ruler, and as a leader, and I feel like I understand what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. You're pawning him off on us, and personally, I feel like you should be giving us stuff for free, or even a lot cheaper, because of that. Because I am going to take him off your hands, but I feel like it's a really step in the wrong direction if I let him die.
Whatever you say. And he goes back to looking around
How about
at his
this?
supplies.
How about this? Do you have anything else fun back there?
Give me a persuasion.
Okay.
Before you do a walk up, I have a pretty high passive perception, and I have an idea that there's a deal going on. So I'll walk up and I'll tap you on the shoulder. Gwen be like,
This is
"No, be
Astrid.
careful." Sorry, Astrid. No, be careful.
I'm not over
He-
there, sorry.
Yeah, but be careful. He's a stickler, and I'll give you enhanced ability so you have advantage on your persuasion check.
Oh,
Yes!
nice. Okay, so my advantage and my plus 10 better do something good here.
Holy shit!
Do you want me to roll again?
I don't think you need to.
So yeah, I was like, so if you have anything else good back there, how about this? Give me something good, and I will promise that when we leave here, we will take him with us.
He's rummaging through all of his gear. His shelves almost seem like endless shelves. He's throwing stuff, but there's still more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he grabs a simple stone. Looks simple. He goes over and he places this stone in front of you. And he says, if you crush this in your hands, as much as I don't want to give this to you, crush this in your hands, and should you be in any hypothetical danger, you will find yourself right back outside the doorstep of my workshop.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's very generous of you, but if you don't want to give it to me...
No, just take it and
you
leave.
You could, scare up some more potions. I mean, I don't have great armor. My friend here,
If you could...
I'm just saying.
If you could kindly take it and leave, please.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Now, sorry, one clarifying question. Would that be for all of us or just the one holding the rock?
Everyone around the one who crushes it.
Okay.
Around as in, like, is there a vicinity, or do we gotta be, like, holding hands?
Just stay close to the rock.
I'm so sorry. We are on our way. We are leaving, and I will grab Gudrun, who's probably just shouting, trying to figure out how close she needs to get, and I will just start shoving her in the direction of.
Well,
He doesn't like me to be very close, so I need to figure out how far I can be.
As you guys are leaving, and you've made some distance, you just hear Eitri shout, faintly as you all are walking, "Oh, and if you see my brother, tell him to go fuck himself!"
Fuck your mother! Got it!
I will, before I leave, I will give a little carving I made, probably pretty awful, wood carving I made to Eddie here. Well, Edward, appreciate your hospitality, and I hope we see each other again. And I give it to him, and I take my hat off, and I give a deep bow, put it back on, and then I'll march my way up to the rest of the group.
And as you all are leaving, you've made some way now in the frozen wastes. You're walking. You all see approaching you. This may be, quite a while into the walk. You see an albino stag walking closer towards you. And as it gets to the front of your group, it speaks in common. It says, "The curse."
Hello and welcome.
Well, okay, you're taking it, sure.
No, you go.
I was going to say, it says, "The cursed warrior seeks you out. He is waiting for your arrival. Find him, and you will have your guide." And then it walks off. And as you take time to think of this, you guys begin to continue walking again. Eventually you find this mouth of the cave. I would like everyone to roll me a stealth check, please.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna use my channel divinity. Let's see here.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my channel divinity to make myself proficient in stealth for the next 10 minutes.
Gwen, I'm fighting with the bird in my hair.
Wonderful. That was a useful use.
As you all are walking, you enter this cave alongside hundreds upon thousands of damned people. They are ghostly souls, visages of people walking into this cave. As you're walking, you begin to hear growling. Your presence has been noticed as you are able to walk past, but you see this large, very angry-looking hound chained to a wall with burning red eyes growling at you the entire time as you walk into this horrifying place.
How far away is this hound there?
It is maybe 15 feet away, as you are able
All
to
right.
stay close to the wall and
Do-
skirt around.
Do I know what this hound might be?
You would, as being a dwarf and knowing the realms, you would know this is Garmer, the Hound of Helheim.
Right. Do I know what languages Garmer speaks or understands, if any?
He seems to be visibly understanding if you say anything to him. He does not seem to be in the mood for talking.
Right.
And as you guys kind of continue into this cave, you come across an opening. And as you walk ahead among all the souls, you see someone sitting at the mouth of the cave. Who do they see? Michael.
The unmute button is what they see. They see a tall and dark-skinned, fiery-haired humanoid. Glowing eyes give it away as not quite human. With a big bow on its back, who stands slowly up and says, "I've been watching and expecting you, but at least you have finally come this far. Danger yet awaits."
Well, guten Tag.
I would love to show you guys what he looked like if my ribbon on Roll20 would work. Here we go. And as you see this figure, you're able to say your hellos. Oh yeah, enjoy the sounds of hell.
Yeah, why is hell sound?
You are able to walk up, make introductions if this figure would like to introduce themselves.
I am Kavak, and I have been watching your progress. I am tasked or cursed, depending on your point of view, by Odin to watch for those who need guidance in Helheim, to find souls, perhaps, as I think is a portion of your quest, at least. Though, if more immediate dangers seem to have presented themselves, you have perhaps awakened something that should have been more dormant here, but by and by you will likely survive, and we will make what we can of the wreckage.
If I might ask a question.
Hmm.
Are you yourself damned? Just checking.
I suppose it depends who you ask. Odin would just laugh. I think Freya would say yes. Certainly my community would say yes, but I have a long series of tasks ahead of me, let's say that.
So Astrid turns to the rest of the party and says, well, if Freya thinks he's damned, then he must be, so this might be a really short job.
As you're saying this, you all see some figures kind of leap from the darkened woods into the area. You see one armored figure, a figure with robes similar to Gwyn's, another with some more healing-looking robes, one person covered in mushrooms and fungi, and the final one a walking horror abomination as they step down, and the one covered in armor, actually no, the mage-looking person says, "Well, look what we have here, everyone. It's been a while since we've had to have our fun with some flesh and blood. We're going to enjoy this." And that's where we're going to end the session.
Whoa.
So,
Well,
Baller.
with that, thank you, first of all, to Velvet for joining this campaign.
Yay!
And
We're excited.
second, thank you, Michael, for joining as a guest character who's going to be staying with us for the entirety of Helheim.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yay!
yay!
I'm excited.
So, we shall all meet back up at a later date as we begin the next session with combat in Helheim. But for now, everyone say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube!
See you on YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube. And as always, stay pie. Yeah, sure, stay pie and be sweet. I don't remember what the other part was, but that's what we're saying now. Goodbye, everyone.